Hello everybody and welcome back to Gregtech, New Horizons. Have you guys' day been good? Let me know down in the comments below. So last episode we got ourselves our clean room. This guy has been going nicely and I've been crafting a ton of circuits since last episode. I made like 10 or 12 stacks of these MV ones, turned them all into processor assemblies and then upgraded them all into workstations. And as you can see, we have plenty of circuits to work with now, and I'm currently making a few more HV tier circuits. So, what's the plan for today? Well, now that we have EV, it's time to make ourselves our vacuum freezer so we don't have to do the chemical bath way of cooling down ingots. We can just throw them directly into a vacuum freezer and cool them down. Now, I was going to run this thing at HV, which is going to be 2 MV energy hatches, but I think we should actually upgrade to the HV energy hatch, and that's for 2 reasons. 1, faster smelting speed, and 2, to get ourselves our next tier of coils for our EBF, and I've been making up some of that over here, is nichrome. Nichrome needs to be cooked in an EBF with EV tier power. So that means we need ourselves the HV energy hatches. To make HV energy hatches, if we have a look at them here, we have everything. I just need to make a few of these high voltage coils, but the main thing we don't have is this guy here, the 60k NAC coolant cell. This is made by using a fluid canner and a 10k cell, that's just tin and an empty cell. We need sodium potassium. Sodium potassium is made in a distillery with rock salt and liquid sodium. And liquid sodium is made by putting sodium through a fluid heater, which I've already got over here. So I've got plenty of liquid sodium. So let's grab out 2 of these. So that's our liquid sodium, and now we just need some rock salt. The other method of being able to make ourselves the HV energy hatch is using this HE coolant cell, and that is liquid helium. And I thought this is the way I'm going to have to do it, but I didn't realize there was this method. So over here, I have 2 HV compressors compressing cells into air cells, dumping that into a super tank, and then I was distilling that air into helium. So there is enough in here to make ourselves the 2 or 4 HV energy hatches, but it takes so long. It's 5 seconds, and it takes 1 bucket of air to make 1 millibucket of helium gas. So yeah, this has been going for a while. But anyway, we're not going to be doing that method. Helium is definitely something we'll need later on, but for now, we don't need it. So that in here with that, and this should make us our sodium potassium. The other thing we need now is some tin plates and some cells. And we'll turn these into the 10k cells. I think that's just done in an assembly machine. Assembler circuit 1. Alright, and here is our sodium potassium. Unfortunately, we can't just click it out. So to make this, we're going to need a fluid canning machine. Now, I don't know if my old canning machine counts. Can this advanced one here do fluids? No. So I do need to make a fluid canning machine. Basic MV1 should do. So that will be connected there. We can then say fluid auto eject out the left into here, and then we can can these cells up. Oh, they don't stack, so they're going to have to be into their own chest. All right, and there we go. We have a bunch of these cells. So now we can actually go ahead and upgrade to the HV energy hatch. The only other thing we're going to need is some energetic alloy, turn this into some fine wire, and make ourselves our high voltage energy coil. So in that goes. And that is made with a magnetic steel rod. How much coil? Okay, so 16 per 1, and it just requires level 1 on the program circuit. So that should go ahead and make, what, like 8 of them? Another component we are going to need for these guys here is these low power IC chips. And these are made using a new laser lens that we didn't have before, a yellow one. And I've already gone ahead and made all those things in here. I probably made way more than I needed. 512 of them. Yeah, that might be a bit overkill. All right, we should have everything we need now. So you stop making those and we should dump all of this in. And now we should just get ourselves our HV energy hatches. Nice. So there's one thing I need to do before I go ahead and upgrade these guys to EV. And that is make some room for the vacuum freezer. I want to put the vacuum freezer right in the middle here. And to do that, I'm going to have to move each one of these 2 EBFs over a block. So that means it's time to set up wall sharing, something I probably should have done a while ago. So let's get these guys moved. so these guys are moved and now are wall sharing. So let's go ahead and get our vacuum freezer now set up here in the middle. So we need a bunch of frost-proof casing. Here is our two HV energy hatches. Hopefully it will accept 2 of them. Then we just need our casing. So we'll have a output bus, output hatch, input bus, and input hatch. The only reason I have hatches on here, just in case we need to cool down fluids in the future. Maintenance hatch, I guess we could probably put this in the top middle or something like that. Here is the controller, and then the rest is just going to be this frost-proof casing. Will this work? If I just do the maintenance like that? Oh yeah, it will. Okay, nice. So, has problems. That should fix it. Yep, ready to go. So all we need to do now is hook it up to power. Now, the thing is, I don't think... Yeah, I need 2 more combustion generators, and I don't have any more polyethylene sheets. If I made any? No. All right, now we have the combustion generator, so we should be able to hook this thing here up to power. So, that there, that there, that, and that. And then run this down and connect. Oh yeah, last thing is to connect the actual wire. All right, cool. So the vacuum freezer should be ready to go. So let's go ahead and start cooking up some nichrome. So I don't think I've showed the recipe for nichrome. Nichrome is just chrome and 4 nickel dust, and it gives us 5. So we have 18 stacks of it here, which should be more than enough to upgrade each one of these EBFs. And right now, let's stop cooking aluminium and use nichrome, because nichrome is cooked in an EBF with nitrogen, which is what we got right here. And that shouldn't take too long. Hot nichrome, 60 seconds? Oh yeah, that's perfect. What I'm actually going to do instead is I'm actually going to swap the input hatches down to the very bottom row and then stick the input buses on the top here. That way then I can point these up the way, have 2 chests, 1 here and 1 here, and then a conveyor belt on this guy here to input in. So have we got any hot nichrome yet? We should. Yep, we just got our first one. So that in the vacuum freezer. And how fast is this going to work? 4 seconds. 4.2 seconds is going to take to cool down an ingot. And there we go. Our hot nichrome is now regular nichrome. All right, and a good while later, we now have the nichrome wire needed to make ourselves our coils. So we have mica insulator foil, molten kanthal, and we should have enough kanthal here to make ourselves 48 nichrome coils. And that is exactly how many we need now, since we are wall sharing for each one of these EBFs. Now, because how long it takes to mine these coils and everything else, I want to make something to make my life a little bit easier, and that is going to be a exchanging gadget from Thaumcraft. So I just need my nanosuit that has the most amount of this discount apart from my armor pieces. So this goes from needing 20 down to 24. Oh, that's 30. Yeah, okay, so we're a pretty good discount there. So with that then, we just take back our armor. We can apply this onto our wand. Now, what's the keybind for that? I'll change it to K, and if we were to apply this to our wand, it is now an equal trade focus. So if we were to run around and quickly charge my wand, and I guess while we're waiting for the rest of the coils to be made, we might as well open these loot bags. So we have 2 enchanted tier 3 and 2 enchanted tier 2 bags. We'll open the tier 2 first. Oh, okay. Okay, that's actually not that bad, I think. I've know nothing about bees, so that could be good or bad. We'll open the regular HV bags. Okay, good circuit boards, a large battery, a crop harvester. I have no idea if that's any good, so that's not bad. And our 2 enchanted HV bags, and we get... Okay, so just item conduits and a bunch of circuit components. All right, so 26 coils now, and we should be able to replace these guys here. Let's just get these guys stopped first. I don't want to void anything. All right, they're both off now. So all we need to do is just break one of these kanthal coils, replace them with... Hello, break. There you go. Thank you. Replace one with a nichrome, and then with our new wand, with the equal trade, we can shift right click to select the nichrome block, and then replace all of them with nichrome. I don't think that did all of them, did it? It missed a few. There we go. Now we replaced them all. And that is way faster than trying to break it by hand. And now we can just turn them back on. And they're good to go. So now that we have our nichrome coils, we can actually now cook higher tiers of recipes. And one of the main things we're going to need out of this is going to be titanium. Now, we can't get titanium until after the moon, but we should be going to the moon now next episode if nothing goes wrong. And you can see in here, HV cancer. No, it mustn't be that. Is it tungsten steel then? Yes, it's tungsten that needs to be cooked through the EBF with nichrome coils. So now we have the ability to do that. So I just need to wait for enough nichrome to upgrade those coils. All right, here we go. The other 26 nichrome coils. Will this change all of them? Not all. Nope, still missing 2. There we go. I don't know why it doesn't do them all. It must have a range limit. There we go. Now this guy here has been upgraded as well.
Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you? I know it's hard for you to give it a try, but you are not alone. I'm here with you. I think you owe it to this beautiful night to lose all your control. Do it for you. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me.
So what you see in front of you here is our brand new power generation setup. This is going to be hopefully better than diesel. Diesel at the moment, we are struggling to make enough of. When we have all our 4 EBFs running full time, we are consuming more diesel than we can produce. And I'm pretty sure this oil drilling rig is just about to run out and it actually has some problems. So we'll just fix that quickly there. So yeah, we are not producing as much oil as we were before. So this guy will either have to move to a better vein, but I need a new prospecting tool before I can find that. So there's 2 reasons why we're going to be switching to benzene. One, like I just explained, we're going to be switching from diesel to benzene because hopefully we can make more benzene than diesel. And 2 is this entire setup is just amazing for giving us extra byproducts that will help us in the future. And it might look familiar. If you watch Threefold's series on gtnh, this is the same setup he used, and it was designed by the Shadow of X or Methis. And he's posted a schematic to build this in Threefold's Discord in the Gregtech channel in the pinned comments. So if you would like to go download the schematic yourself, I'll have a link to Threefold's Discord in the description. So at the moment, this setup isn't 100% ready. There's a few configuration options we need to do. And we're going to start down here with the compressors. Okay, so we want to get these guys here up and running. I'm actually doing this in the future because I completely messed this up. So I'm going to explain this again and actually do it correctly this time. So we have a conduit probe. This is going to allow us to copy and paste settings between the conduits. So the way we're going to have this work is we're going to have a basic compressor. He's going to be pumping the compressed cells up into this centrifuge. So we wanted to say extract on, say, brown. So you up into here, insert on brown. Then we wanted to extract out the oxygen cell and the empty cell, and we're going to do that on blue. So down here, we're going to insert on blue, and it's going to have a higher priority because on the super tank here, we want to make sure it has a lower priority. So it comes out of here, the oxygen cells go up into here on blue, and then we're going to extract on blue with a -1 priority. So it's going to pump it back out and back down in here to the compressor. So to make sure this works, we put the full oxygen cells in here. The cells get taken down and pumped into here. one more setting I need to turn on in here is round robin. So then we can just say shift right click to copy the settings and then paste it into the rest of them here. All right, and now everything here should be working properly. Right, the next thing we need to do is get configuration set up for the actual controllers. So that's done with item detector, machine controllers, some redstone lamps, fluid detector covers, and some drawers. So what we want to set up right here is item detector covers, and we want to put these on the left side pointing towards the oven part, the controller, from the output bus. Okay, and then we want machine controller covers facing the output where we just attached the item detector. So we just want to shift right click to access the thing. We want this guy set to 32, normal. So when it detects that there's more than 32 items inside this output bus, it will emit a redstone signal, which we want it to say disable the machine when it receives a redstone signal and safe mode on. And it's also detecting all slots, so that's good. And then the last thing we want to do is add some fluid detector covers onto the output hatch. And these are just going to be emitting a redstone signal when it gets close to being full. And these output hatches can support 16 buckets, so we'll have it set to emit when there's over 10 buckets inside the buffer. And then we'll just put a redstone lamp on it there so we can see it from a distance. And then the other thing is, underneath it here, there is these red crystals. These red crystals are made from Thaumcraft. They're actually pretty cheap once you unlock the recipe. So it's just a block of redstone, Victress, Incantatio, and Machina. And then we want to get these Project Red lamps. And when this guy here emits a redstone signal when it's full, it will then in turn light up the red crystal underneath, activating this redstone lamp. So that way then we know from a distance that the machine has issues. Okay, we're almost there now. So the last thing to do is add some drawers onto the output bus. And they're going to connect to these item conduits here. We want to say the item conduit, let's try and get underneath it here. This item conduit is going to say no insert, but it's only going to be an extract. So we'll do extract on brown, and it's disconnected from this cable here, so it shouldn't have any interference. So extract on brown, and then we wanted to insert on brown on the actual fluid extractors, because this guy is also going to be making a bunch of charcoal. So that's what's going to go in here. The charcoal is going to come down into the fluid extractors, fluid extract into more wood tar that can be sent over to our distillation tower or distilleries. Then we're also going to get another byproduct we want to extract. So we'll extract on blue, and that is going to be ashes. When you centrifuge or fluid extract charcoal, you'll have a 10% chance of getting ashes, and they're going to come over here to these basic centrifuges, which are then going to be going into either one of these two electrolyzers and making us a bunch of other byproducts. So you are going to be insert on a blue, and we're going to say extract that on purple and insert purple on the low voltage item filter. No extract needed. Cool. Now we just need to copy all those and paste them where they need to go. Okay, last thing we need to do right here is to do with the low voltage item filters. We want to point them out the way. Let's remove this. You might have noticed I have a brand new wrench. This is a HV electric wrench, and it's made out of shadow metal. This shadow metal is amazing due to how fast this thing can mine stuff. There's a mining speed of 128, whereas our normal wrenches that we're using, which is like this one here made out of vanadium steel, only has a mining speed of 3. So it is a very big upgrade. So what we want to do with the low voltage item filters is set a stack priority. If I re-enable the actual schematic here, I probably should have done that a second ago. All right, so there we go. There's a few signs that have been left for us in the schematic that tells us what to do. So like over here, round robin on the extract on the super tanks, input filter item input, input priority on the super tanks need to be lowered, all stuff like that. So what we got right here is we need to separate between the different 6 items that we're going to get between these two electrolyzers. So the first one is going to have banded iron and phosphorus pentoxide on a stack size of 35. And to do that, you just click on the output with a screwdriver. Get that all the way up to 35. And then on this one, we need to do stack size of 6. There we go. Now we can just point them back in the way and reconnect you there. Cool. There is actually another multi-block in this entire setup that I haven't included, and that is for pollution. But we have pollution disabled, so we actually don't need this multi-block, so we can completely ignore it. There's a few other settings down here that we need to set for the distillery, but we'll get to that now in a moment. everything here should be set up correctly. So I guess let's get this guy turned on and see what happens. But first things, I want to disconnect the wood tower from being going into this guy here, because I don't want this guy going out until we have power for it. So what I want to do is come back here, disconnect the cable or the pipe right here, remove these 4 turbo gas turbines temporarily, and replace them with combustion generators, because we need benzene to make benzene, but we have diesel that we can use first. So let's grab, I don't know, the 4 of them here, and grab a bunch of steel cells. Yeah, this should work. A little bit of flight to help, and we just want to put these here instead. Make sure you don't connect the cable here and here, because this is only a 1x alloy cable, which has a max amperage of 2. If you connect these together, they're going to burn up, because then there are going to be 4 amps going through the thing. But yeah, everything is more or less ready. We just need to divide these up. So you get that, 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 and that. And now this thing is online. The only thing we need to do is provide it with wood. And we can see in here, we have our nitrogen gas. And also, we need to set the input bus on the Pyroless ovens to circuit 10. The reason for circuit 10, if we come in here and have a look at wood tar, the recipe for wood tar in a Pyroless oven can be circuit 9, but we're going to use circuit 10 because that uses nitrogen. Wow, there's 144 recipes here. Yeah, so nitrogen, circuit 10, and it cuts the production speed in half. So instead of only taking 32 seconds, it now only takes 16. And it uses more power? Oh, it uses more power per tick, but it uses less power overall, which is nice. And we get 20 charcoal and 1.5 buckets of wood tar. So to provide this thing with wood, I think I do have a drawer over here that is completely filled with logs. I'm gonna grab up my dolly, grab you, and we'll just put you down temporarily. I don't know, I guess right here. Yeah, this is going to be center of the chunk right here. And we are going to have a long conduit coming from the top down there, because that's where we're going to have our tree farm. So you can go there. Then we want to use a HV conveyor belt, connect it right here, input mode, connect it. And now, hang on, let me actually disconnect it from here. And yes, now you can see the thing is online. We're getting smoke coming out of the muffling hatch. So down here, we're getting ourselves a bunch of charcoal. So we have 20 charcoal. We're getting ourselves a bunch of fluids, which are going over here into the advanced distilleries. They don't have power at the moment because we need to start generating benzene first. But what I can do is grab myself some MV batteries just to jumpstart them. Right, so the batteries are in and they are set to fluid auto eject and circuit 3. Make sure they're all set to circuit 3. And that is now producing us benzene in here. So we have 8 buckets of it already. I want to build up a small bit before I enable auto output, because the benzene is going to come down this pipe and come along here and power all of these small gas turbines, which is going to be fluid extracting all the charcoal this guy here is making. And the last thing we need to do is just enable fluid output in all of the extractors. These ones are facing left, but the ones over here are pointing up the way. So just make sure the output is facing towards the potent pipe. All right, that should be enough benzene in there right now. So we'll auto eject. And let's just go down and start powering all of these guys here. And of course, they're going to be loud. I think I made myself a bunch of muffling upgrades. Yeah, loads of them. We just need to muffle everything. Oh my god, you can hear everything going now. And a few of them are going to have issues with power just because it's going to take a while for the cables or the pipes to fill. But that will all be resolved as the thing works. We're also going to temporarily disconnect it right here, just so any of the items that are coming out of the centrifuges doesn't get sorted into random places. And as you can see, they're already starting to fill with ashes. Okay, so we just need to sit here, give this thing a while. But while it's doing that, let's actually get our farming station built. I've already gone ahead and prepared most of the materials for it, but we are going to need one other thing, and that's going to be a slice and splice. So if we grab ourselves out some shears, we need some sticks. We need 2 pairs of shears, and we're also going to need 2 axes, which I think require some iron. Sheep hairdresser. Okay, and that should be everything for this. And the only way to power this at the moment is using a battery bank. We can't connect it into the cables as much as I'd love it to work if it worked that way, but it doesn't. So we're going to have to make ourselves a battery bank, and we're going to be making ourselves this vibrant one from Ender.io. It's a little bit expensive, but we do have everything for it. We just need some vibrant alloy, which I think I got as a quest reward, plus an emerald, makes a vibrant crystal, a bunch of octanic capacitors, which seem to be cheaper to make than the double layered ones, because we have plenty of chrome, but not enough tantalite. So chrome bolt, manganese foil, glowstone with molten energetic alloy makes an octanic capacitor. And we need to make ourselves here a quad cell lithium battery, which is their first EV tier battery. And I've already gone ahead and made those over here. So our quad EV battery, and then everything else in here should be easy enough. Just a HV circuit with the machine casing, which is just electrical steel, and basic capacitors, which is aluminium, manganese, and polyethylene. Here is our vibrant 25 million RF battery. And this battery can be connected directly into the cables here. So now we can see the thing is filling with power, which is good. So what we can do is put this underneath it, and now we can see that the slice and splice machine is getting power. So we'll give it its shears and its iron axe. And now we need everything for our Z-Logic controller. So that is red alloy, solar grade plates, I think some solarium, if I have any. Ooh, I only have one. I'll have to flatten down a few more. And a zombie head. And then all that in here. Hopefully everything goes in the right place. And that is going to make us our Z-Logic controller. So with that, I should have everything we need now in here to make our farming station. There we go. And now we just want to go up here and connect it to where our farm's going to be. And that is all the way up there. So roughly center of the chunk. Where's center? Roughly around, yeah, right here. This center of the chunk. So I'm going to put this right here. Now for this guy here to work, we're going to need power, saplings, and then some sort of harvesting tool, which is going to be an axe. So we need to give this guy an axe, but the only thing is the axe will break over time. So we're going to make ourselves an unbreakable axe, and we're going to go with this netherrack lumber axe. And all I'm going to do now is make myself a bunch of reinforcement plates, which is literally molten steel and obsidian large plates. Fluid eject that into there, and that is going to make them. I think it's about like 8 of them it needs. And actually the fact that it already has reinforced 3, it shouldn't take too long. So what we're going to do now is go into the Twilight Forest and start chopping down a ton of the gigantic trees. Now the durability on this guy is pretty bad, which should help us with leveling this guy up fast. So if we start right here. We already got 2 modifiers, but only cut down half the tree. So all I have to do is come in here and repair it with some netherrack. And I just need to keep doing that until we have enough modifiers to apply unbreakable. All right, is this the last modifier? Yes. Now the axe is now unbreakable. And there is about 1 billion logs on the ground. So let's head home. And the other thing I want to grab is actually the spare octanic capacitor I made. Because we're going to need that guy up there in a really big area. By default, I think it only does like a 4 out from it or 3 out. But with this, it should do the entire area. So with the unbreakable axe, we can put that inside. And now we just need to get more item conduits and energy conduits to power it. So let's take back our bank right here. Come back my magnet. And grab out all the energy conduit I made. Where? Oh, I must have left it over here. So in here, we have enhanced energy conduit, which has a 5,000 RF transfer per tick. It's energetic alloy, aluminium wire with polyethylene. So it's not that difficult, and a bunch of item conduits. I doubt this is going to be enough. We'll see. So what we want to do is get the center, which is right here, and we need to run a long pipe all the way up there. So here's the center of the chunk. We're just going to build up a few blocks, and the 2 extra gas turbines that we're not using back there at the moment. Let me go grab them. We want to put our battery buffer right here. Somewhere on the side of it. We want to run this pipe out here a bit. Like that. Then we're going to get ourselves our gas turbines. Connect them up here. Point them up. And just enable some pipe shuttering. And then we're going to get some blue alloy cable. And connect it like so. Because for some reason, this guy doesn't gain power directly off the turbines. It has to go through a cable first. So if we get the cable, put that here. And that is now connected. Yes, it is. So, there will be more flight. And now we just connect this right here. And run it all the way up. So, break through the ground here. And here's the base of the farming station. We want to get item conduits and connect this guy here as well. So we want to extract out the logs and saplings that this guy's going to gather, but we also want to input back in the saplings. So we can say extract on brown, insert on green. And the cool thing about Ender.io conduits is that they do share the same block. So it's easy to run multiple cables and multiple different pipes and item conduits. And you can run even fluids through these. I love them. They are so good. But now that the power is connected, now we just need to run the item conduit all the way down. We're going to grab ourselves another oak drawer and upgrade it with a void upgrade. So that way we won't overflow on saplings. So let's grab out all the saplings. Let's see if 17 in there for now. So then over here, you can see the drawer is now empty. So we want to say oak drawer on top and void upgrade. And you are just going to be full of saplings. I'm also going to grab this key to lock the drawers. Let me grab out some extra wood just to get it started again. All right. And then just run the conduits. Oh, something happened here. Oh, right. Because these guys don't have power. I just enabled the logs to go into them. Yeah, that's going to happen. But anyway, here and here, we just want to be insert on brown. No extract. Oh, wait, I forgot to... No extract, yes insert. You are going to be insert brown, but extract on green. And then we just connect this right here. All right, and this guy should be ready to go. So the only thing is now that this drawer here is full of twilight oak logs, it's not going to fill with our spruce logs that might be coming in right now. Let's go up and have a look and see if it's planting anything. Yep, we can already see some saplings. No seeds, it ran out. No, it didn't. It has enough. I don't know. Let's lock these guys here. Oh, right. I forgot. It locks to a certain area. So it has not enough to go in this one. It works in like 4 sections. So that's why I only did here first. And then I ran out of seeds to go anywhere else. Oh, put one there. The other thing we need to do is light up this platform because I don't think trees will grow at night. So we just need to light these guys up. We're still not buffering any benzene just yet. Oh, we're getting there. Look, these pipes here are full. Okay, we're up to here. So once this guy starts buffering, then we can start turning on the other 2 pyrolyzed ovens. So way back when that's ready. And we'll also get our distillation tower up and running. Okay, this has been running for a while now. We've backed up 165 buckets of benzene. So let's go back here and just reconnect this pipe here we disconnected earlier. And that will then start powering these gas turbines. And we can probably replace these guys now with the other gas turbines as well. It's not going to do anything because they can't go in here. But yeah, let's go get the other 4 gas turbines. I have 1. So the machine's definitely going to shut down, but that's fine. Turbo gas turbines, connect these guys back up right here. And now everything here is ready to go again. So everything should be completely self-sufficient now as long as we keep this drawer here filled with wood. So in the front here, shut down due to loss. That's fine. We can just re-enable it. There we go. And all 3 pyrolyzed ovens are online and they are generating charcoal, which should be extracted out into these fluid extractors, and we should be getting way more power. Yeah, you can see we ran out of benzene in the pipes here. How far back did it back up to? Okay, it's actually only here. That's not bad. And yes, we're getting tons of charcoal coming through now. So let's get ourselves our distillation tower ready, and then we should be able to end it there. So to make this guy work, we're going to need some circuits. So I have here 2 configured circuits to circuit 1, because this guy here does not have a ghost circuit. I have to input it manually in here. And I think it also does require some covers, but we won't worry about those right now. So we can see right here, because it's set to say circuit 1 in the distillation tower controller set to 1,2-dimethylbenzene. So in that goes. And we can turn it on. Oh yeah, we need to provide power up here as well. So if I just turn off the shuttering right here, some of the benzene should go up the way then and start going into these guys here. So we just need to wait for these turbo gas turbines to activate. They're slowly starting to get there. And we want, yeah, it wants, okay, let's just do the thing. So we need 2 machine controller covers, and they're going to be on the right side of each one of these guys here. So you're going to be enabled with redstone this time. Okay, safe mode enabled. On the back of the super tank that has the benzene, we want to put the face on here, and we want to say 4 million, so that's the capacity of the tank. And we want to invert. So a redstone signal will be provided. And now the machine will turn on when it has something inside of its input hatch. And I guess we could just connect this guy here. And do we get something? Oh yeah, power. But yeah, you can see they are working correctly. Let's just add a muffling upgrade because these guys are loud. And that's mainly it then. We just need to get some benzene up here. And we're good. Yeah, we can see we're starting to buffer it in here again. So we should have enough benzene inside the turbines. Let's activate this guy. Enable with redstone. Yes. Oh, even get an achievement. Nice. And are you on now as well? Yes, you are. So we should be getting ourselves lots of... Actually, I don't know why this is pointing up sideways. It pointed down the way. So you're filling up with plenty of wood tar. You are making us a bunch of different byproducts. And now if we look inside here, we can see them. So we're getting ourselves creosote oil, phenol, benzene, which we're currently pumping out to power the gas turbines, toluene, and 1,2-diethyl benzene. Or dimethyl benzene? Yeah. So cool. Final thing. The filtering on these guys here. These have been running for a bit, and you can see they are filled with a bunch of different byproducts. Let's take everything out. And inside here, the low voltage item filter, this one was for banded iron and phosphorus pentoxide. So they go in there, and then we can pump them in. So when it has 35, it'll auto-eject it out into the basic electrolyzer, which will then fluid eject any oxygen, and then it'll take it out through this item conduit here and store it in some drawers that I need to put down. And then the other 4 items like soda ash, quicklime, magnesia, and potash will all just go in here. And yeah, that's that. So reconnect this here, and we should see it filling up with stuff. Yep, all of that's going in. And now we just need the drawers. So insert on green. So we can see now we have iron dust, calcium. Something else should come through here. I guess it's taken a while. All right, and the other items are now filtered. So magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium. Right, I don't know how long this episode has been. If it's long, I apologize. So I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell while you're at it then as well. So, without any further ado, goodbye.